Hello everybody, welcome back, good morning. Let's have a look at the charts. I'm up to Ethereum at the moment on 1 hour lead. That's what it's come to these days. I'm sitting looking at a 1 hourly on a Sunday morning. Really, there isn't any need. It's basically the same as it was yesterday. Based on a weekly, the Bitcoin setup remains the same, sitting around the 20 and the 21 exponential moving average. Basically, center range where we're finding a bit of a measly bounce. That's all that's really going on here. So whether it breaks through and continues down, or it bounces up and continues up, I don't really know at this point, really. But all I can tell you is that the odds are in favour of a bounce from this area, a bounce that keeps you at this level or higher, and that's basically what's going on. And statistically, that's the most likely scenario, and that's why it's happening, I suppose. Right, the daily on Ethereum, we lost the center range of the 20 moving average and the 10 exponential. However, we held above the 21. Similar to how Bitcoin's respecting the 21 on the weekly, Ethereum's doing it on the daily. But then you got this little bit of a situation over here, which is the 4,490. It's your 20 moving average, and if that breaks out, we break out from there, then it goes back up to the previous high and maybe a new all-time high after that. But at the moment, it's a battle between these two little tiny skinny lines, and there's really not much going on. Even 4 hourly is flat as a pancake. But like we said yesterday, and again, this is why it's exactly the same as yesterday. I don't really feel the need to go into any more detail, really, because yesterday's video is the same as today's video, because the price action is the same and the setups are the same, so there's nothing really has changed. So it doesn't warrant making a brand new video about the same thing. It's just taking up everybody's time, really. But what we're looking at here is the consolidation from the all-time high, the trickle down, which is what it is. It's not that dramatic if you think about it. From wick to wick, you're talking 14%. People think that the world's come to an end at the moment, but it really hasn't. All the way down to perhaps maybe this level, a 200 exponential, a golden cross retest, basically, on a 4 hourly. And look, I'm doing a live stream tonight, and we'll be looking at all kinds of altcoins, I imagine. But feel free to join. It's the Patreon, and there's links in the description below for that. But what's likely to happen on that is that we'll look at most altcoins, and most altcoins will be the same. Most altcoins will look exactly the same. Let's see if there's an example of one that they're going to look like. So yeah, all right. So Litecoin's doing it, but many of these have been doing it for a week. So this is a 4 hourly death cross. Okay, so you'll be looking for a move into the death cross and rejection from it. So that's your 4 hourly on Litecoin. It's not a bad chart, it's not terrible. Below all moving averages here, this has actually got a golden cross, so it's better than a lot of other altcoins, really. And it's actually, Litecoin's not all that bad at all, to be honest. But it reminds me of how altcoins looked last week for the most part, and then they've had continuation down. Whereas Ethereum isn't like that. Ethereum's above all moving averages on the weekly. As far as the daily is concerned, you're still above the 21, so we can call it the center range. And for the 4 hourly, we're above, well, to be honest with you, all moving averages. And if we do go down low, it's nothing more than a golden cross retest. So I mean, that is the nature of it. This is why I always talking about buying into strength, not weakness. When someone tells you this is the next best thing, it's going to be, but there's just a chart that just basically looks like that. You know, is it the next best thing? Because aren't the next best thing supposed to attract value and retain price? Yeah, but somebody's got a lot of followers and he told me about it, so it's got to be true. Followers doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. Followers just means he's able to attract an emotional response from an audience. That's all it is, really. All I'm telling you is that it doesn't seem that bad. But don't buy crappy, stinky, down-only charts. You go with the ones that look like Ethereum, if anything, higher highs, higher lows, bullish on all time frames, which it is. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.